This is ABC Action News.
Now at 6, more Americans will be traveling this Labor Day weekend than on any other since 2008. So we are taking action to get you ready for what is sure to be a busy day on the roads.
And Adam Weiner is live this morning with a closer look at how you can make the most of the already low gas prices. Plus, Janelle will let you know if the roads are busy, just in case you want to get an early start on your holiday weekend travel.
And of course, if Labor Day involves the beach or the grill, the forecast is so important. Shay, how's it looking?
Well, starting with this morning, things are looking pretty great. We're mostly dry across Tampa Bay, a little rain north of Tampa Bay, but our temperatures are warm all across the area. 81 in Tampa, 84 in St. Pete, Clearwater at 78. I've seen just some isolated showers around the Pasco-Hernando County line this morning. Not a real big deal that would cause any problems. So that's why I'm saying we're mostly dry here to start the day. We will have some heavier, more widespread rain closer to the coastline by 10 o'clock. And it becomes even more widespread between noon and 2 o'clock, and then we'll be tapering off by about 4. So if you're planning on driving somewhere after work and school today, I think you're going to find pretty dry conditions in general across Central Florida. 91 degrees as the high today. This is Florida's most accurate day planner. I'll have the 7-day coming up, and of course a very close look at the rest of the Labor Day weekend forecast here in our area. Janelle?
Yeah, so far so good out there on the roads. Let's head outside. Corey Deerdorf behind the wheel. He's at the Veterans Expressway heading northbound, and hey, we have some great news for those of you who drive the Veterans. They just reopened the northbound exit to Lineball. That has been closed for several weeks for some construction. It really backed things up at Waters, but now that Lineball is back open, you should be good to go there just in time for the holiday weekend. A live look right now. This is I-4 right through Ybor City. Looking good right now heading into downtown Tampa. Also looking good heading out of Tampa. Maybe you're heading to Orlando for the holiday weekend. Well, you're in good shape if you're heading out the door right now. You have 8 minutes right now from 275 to 75, 12 minutes if you're heading out the door right now, 275 to McIntosh Road, and just 14 minutes from 75 to County Line Road. If anything does change out there on the roads that might slow you down this morning, we'll let you know about it right here and of course on Twitter at Tampa Bay Traffic. Dia.
All right, thank you, Janelle. Well, right now, many of you may be getting ready to hit the road, headed out to work and school, but others might be looking to get a jump on your holiday weekend. In fact, more people than ever before are expected to hit the road for what is expected to be the busiest Labor Day on the roads in years. ABC Action News reporter Adam Weiner is live right now to get you prepared. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Dia. One of the biggest incentives when people talk about whether they want to drive or not has got to be the gas prices. We're actually outside of a racetrack here. You can see the gas price nearing the drop of $2 a gallon almost. That's the lowest I've seen it in a long time. And with me here, spokesperson with AAA, Mark Jenkins. Mark, thanks for waking up super early with us here. Sure. I would imagine that has a lot to do with it, that price. But is that the whole story? Is it just as gas prices come down, more drivers? How does it work?
Well, it's definitely a great incentive for people who are kind of on the fence about whether to take a trip for Labor Day. But you've also got improvements in wages. You've got improvements in the overall economy, the housing market. But yeah, gas prices is a primary driver.
A lot of people are still trying to save a few bucks. I know I went on a road trip recently and I went, what can I do? I started taking stuff out of the car. I inflated the tires. What else do people need to do if they want to make sure that they save a few dollars?
Yeah, that's one thing. Properly inflate your tires, remove any excess weight from your vehicle because that's going to slow you down. Also, keep the windows rolled up. I mean, some people don't have AC and they want to roll the windows down, but if you keep them rolled up, that's going to remove excess lag on the vehicle.
I would definitely not have thought of that. The science there, look at that. A lot of people, obviously there's a matter of safety when we talk about how many people on the road. What's important for people to think about when they head out?
Well, just primarily giving yourself extra time to get to where you need to go. You want to plan ahead. You want to leave early if you can to avoid the crowds. Find alternative routes, but mainly minimize distractions while you're behind the wheel. Don't be texting and driving, putting on makeup, or drinking or eating or anything like that. All of that just removes your attention from where it needs to be, and that's driving.
That makes a lot of sense. Just so many people hitting the road. What do you think of these numbers? I mean, so many people out there.
Yeah, the numbers are great. We're looking at the most auto travelers in 7 years, the most overall travelers in 7 years, 35.5 million Americans expected to take a trip of 50 miles or more. So, yeah, this is really great news for the travel industry as a whole.
Makes a lot of sense. Mark, thanks for taking the time. Sure. Guys, obviously a busy travel weekend. I think technically started yesterday, expected all weekend long through Monday, so be safe out there. Live in Tampa, Adam Weiner, ABC Action News.
Thanks, Adam. Of course, Labor Day means cookouts and barbecues and, of course, Stan, drinking.
Yeah, and of course that's the big problem here. drinking and driving, of course, don't mix. So we wanted to make sure you get home safely. Plan ahead. Use a designated driver. If you forget, you can always call a taxi or use a ride-sharing program like Lyft or Uber. If none of those are available, AAA is offering its Tow-to-Go program again as a last resort through Tuesday morning. They'll give you a ride and tow your car home for free if you live within a 10-mile radius. Save the number to your smartphone here. It's 855-286-9246. You can take